Some music being pumped into the cabin for the crew. They've been strapped in there for several hours now, anxious and ready to go.
Ground measurement system is activated by run 1 command. Copy. Combustion chamber nitrogen purge.
So coming up on 4 minutes, getting reports the fuel lines and other elements of the rocket being purged with nitrogen. This to help fireproof them by removing any excess vapors of fuel and oxidizer. Now under 4 minutes at this point in the countdown, all the onboard systems have been switched to onboard control, and the commander's cockpit display is coming online and activated. The crew members already with their helmets closed, putting them on the suit's internal oxygen.
Onboard measurement system is activated by run 2 command. Copy. Oxidizer and fuel drain and safety valves of launch vehicle are closed, and the ground filling of oxidizer and nitrogen to the vehicle is terminated.
Getting confirmation the launch key just now inserted under 3.5 minutes away from flight. So under 2 minutes, 35 seconds away from liftoff at this point. The booster tank pressurized for flight. This to help optimize the flow of fuel and helps to add some structural support to the rocket itself. Coming up on 2 minutes and 20 seconds now away from liftoff. And 2 minutes and counting. And now 1 minute away from liftoff. At this point, the ground propellant feed has been terminated. So he's transferring over to internal power. Under 45 seconds.
Vehicle to internal power. Separation of first umbilical tower from booster. Ground propellant feed is terminated.
So there goes the first umbilical tower separating away, one more to go.
Copy, 30 seconds.
Again, all of the propellant feeds terminated, just about 20 seconds away now from launch.
Auto sequence initiated. Copy.
Auto sequence initiated.
Launch command issued for ignition. Central side pod engine start.
Launch command has been issued. The final umbilical tower now separating.
Flight speed. Engines at maximum thrust. Fuel tower separation.
The engines now firing up at maximum thrust. And liftoff for the 500th time from Gagarin's start, a rocket roaring into the air. Sergei Volkov, Andreas Mogensen, and Aidin Amatov on their way to the International Space Station.
Order on board.
Gagarin reports good first stage performance. The Soyuz delivering 930,000 pounds of thrust from those 4 strap-on boosters and the single-core engine. First stage of the Soyuz is about 68 feet in length, 24 feet in diameter, burning liquid fuel for the first 2 minutes and 6 seconds into the flight.
Секунд.
60 seconds into the flight. Roll, pitch, and yaw are all nominal. Copy. The crew is doing well. Everything's in order on board.
Секунд.
80 seconds into the flight. All of the motion control system parameters are nominal.
So over 80 seconds into the flight, the vehicle traveling in excess of 1,100 miles per hour already at this point.
Have you loud and clear?
See a fairly smooth ride into orbit for the crew members on board.
Everything's nominal.
114 seconds, or about 1 minute 54 seconds into the flight, the escape tower will be jettisoned. Getting confirmed the escape tower has been jettisoned.
Понял вас.
And confirmed first stage SEP. The 4 strap-on boosters at this point have been jettisoned, completing their job and dropping away. The Soyuz already at an altitude of about 28 statute miles. The vehicle already traveling at about 3,350 miles an hour.
150 seconds into the flight.
So very soon the launch rad will be jettisoned.
Engines are working fine. Copy.
And you can see the sun peeking in now. The launch shroud has been jettisoned.
Copy. Can you confirm L5 and R13? Send command R13. We'll switch the camera. Continuing with control insertion.
Getting good reports on vehicle stability. A thumbs up and a wave there from Kazakh cosmonaut Aidin Amatov, making his first flight into space today.
Seconds into the flight.
190 seconds since liftoff. The Soyuz traveling in excess of 4,700 miles per hour.
Crew is doing well, and everything is in order on board.
The second stage, or the core stage of the Soyuz, continuing to perform as expected. It's about 56 feet in length, 13.5 feet in diameter with a single engine and 4 fuel chambers providing between 178,000 and 222,000 pounds of thrust, depending on altitude, for its 3 minutes and 28 seconds of operation. The second stage is going to continue to burn until the 4-minute 43-second mark. And the Soyuz is going to use what's known as a hot staging technique. Basically, the third stage will ignite while the second is still burning. This is why if you ever get a look at a picture of a Soyuz rocket, there's that open area between the second and the third stages.
Секунд. Параметры конструкции.
260 seconds. Control system is nominal. Copy. Everything's nominal on board.
Getting confirmation from the visiting vehicle officer here in Houston. The second stage has shut down and separated. The third stage now powering the vehicle, the single engine of the third stage, providing 67,000 pounds of thrust. It's going to burn for about 4 minutes and 2 seconds. That second stage separating at an altitude of 105 statute miles.
We're watching you using the first camera.